Picture a life upended by a single, bewildering moment, a moment when purity is suddenly tarnished by unfounded accusations. This is the unexpected journey of 14-year-old Danny Carter, a spirited youth whose ordinary afternoon in the quiet town of Clearwater transformed into an odyssey of misfortune. With his curly chestnut hair dancing in the gentle breeze and his treasured baseball bat resting casually over his shoulder, Danny ambled home from practice, his battered backpack a loyal companion along the way. The world hummed its usual lullaby until a screeching police car rent the silence. Out stepped the imposing officer Greg Lawson, his scowl slicing through the twilight as he bellowed, "Hey kid!" In that frozen heartbeat, Danny's voice quavered a timid "Yes, sir," while his eyes widened in startled confusion. A curt question immediately followed, "Where were you an hour ago?" When Danny murmured that he'd been on the baseball field, Lawson's gaze sharpened with suspicion, fueled by a troubling report of vandalism allegedly committed by a child wielding a bat. Could any heart withstand such a sudden storm of doubt? The tension thickened as Lawson's scrutiny morphed into an unyielding interrogation. With a commanding air, he advanced, insisting on peering inside Danny's backpack. Hesitantly, with a heavy heart and trembling fingers, the young athlete surrendered his bag, only for the officer to extract a can of spray paint. In that instant, shock and disbelief collided within Danny as he gasped, "That isn't mine! How could such an alien object find its way into his life?" Lawson's lips twisted into a knowing, sardonic smile as he dismissed the protest with a sneer about saving the explanation for the judge. Seizing Danny's arm, the officer ushered him into the back of the patrol car, the clamor of the journey to the station echoing like the drumbeats of an impending fate. Every jolt of the ride set Danny's heart racing as memories of his worried mother and devoted coach mingled with the bitter taste of injustice. What destiny awaited him behind those station doors? Inside the austere courtroom, murmurs and skeptical glances wove an electric atmosphere. Flanked by his steadfast attorney, Mr. Callahan, a beacon of integrity renowned for challenging injustice, Danny stepped into the fray, tension swirling like autumn leaves in a storm. His mother, Sarah, occupied the front row, her face a canvas of worry and silent, desperate prayers. The prosecutor wasted no time, weaving a narrative of delinquency by asserting that a boy found with both a bat and a can of spray paint must be the very vandal described by witnesses. Yet Mr. Callahan rose as a pillar of reason, affirming that Danny was not only an exemplary student but also a devoted athlete, with no trace of misbehavior in his past. The judge, a stern arbiter known simply as Judge Harris, invited further defense. When Danny's baseball coach, Mr. Miller, took the stand, his resolute testimony confirmed that the young man had indeed been on the field during the alleged crime. And just when uncertainty seemed poised to linger, grainy security footage unveiled an unexpected truth: a group of older teenagers, armed with bats and spray paint, roaming the park, none bearing even a hint of resemblance to Danny. In that breathless moment, the courtroom fell into a profound, silent awe. Justice was beginning to speak. Facing the glaring inconsistencies, Judge Harris fixed a piercing gaze on Officer Lawson and demanded to know why this pivotal evidence had not been scrutinized sooner. Caught in the snare of his own oversight, Lawson stuttered a feeble response, his excuses dissolving under the weight of truth. The judge's rebuke was unyielding. Danny's life had been derailed by careless error. In a dramatic twist, the case was summarily dismissed amid a roar of approving applause from all corners of the courtroom. As Danny embraced his relieved mother, the saga was far from over. Mr. Callahan pressed for a comprehensive internal review of the officer's conduct, a move that spurred a formal apology and promises to overhaul how cases involving minors were handled. News of Danny's courageous stand rippled through Clearwater, igniting a community-wide call for fairness and accountability. Though life eventually settled back into its familiar rhythm, a new fire burned within the young hero, a steadfast resolve to champion truth in the face of injustice. Meanwhile, Officer Lawson was reassigned to desk duty and subjected to rigorous retraining, a stark reminder that justice is not merely a matter of laws, but of unwavering integrity. Could it be that even the softest whisper of truth has the power to echo resoundingly through the halls of justice?